Okay, so good morning again. It's still like 5:09 or 5:10 in the morning. Yeah, 5:10 now on February 3rd, 2025. Again, I'm still outside of Starbucks, so I plan on making this video and then getting breakfast at Jack when they open their doors at 6, and then going up the street to upload these videos through my boss's freaking website or Wi-Fi connection, because it's a lot faster uploading there than trying to do that same action through the public Wi-Fi at Starbucks here in Mentone. So I'm in California, and what I'm wanting to do with this one is just share some of the things that I recently did on PUBG, which is basically an updated Gamesir X2 for PUBG Mobile video. Because I like how I made a grip of fucking views with my original, my first Gamesir X2, and my old OnePlus Nord N10 5G phone. And again, I've been homeless this entire time. Since then to now, I'm still homeless, but watch my real life vlog number 7 if you want to get an update on my real life with that video. On this video, I just kind of want to focus on PUBG right now, and some of the other games, but really just PUBG. For the fact that I'm coming from Xbox, there's a thing called button settings, and there's two different layouts. It's default to Switch, which if you look at it is obviously different from what the Xbox layout is. And if you are familiar with an Xbox 360 controller or an Xbox controller in general, thankfully Gamesir allows you to freaking choose the layout, like A, B, X, Y, like that in that order, versus B, A, Y, X, which Switch has to be different, in order for a different company to have a different controller and not avoid fucking lawsuits or something like that. You got to have different layouts or something, even though they might perform the same functionality. Anyways, so there's that's out the way. Let's see if the gamepad test works. Okay, yeah, that's working. I'm moving the toggles, R1, L1, bumpers. Cool. So that works great. But before I literally jump into the actual game, again, I'm using a Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which allows me to use a power bank connected with my freaking through the port connection underneath the Gamesir X2. So in case you don't get that functionality, what's going to happen is you're not going to be able to play your best games after your battery level drops below 80%. That just goes with all electronic devices, and I can tell you because I know from as much electronics that I've been dealing with, and how to preserve battery and getting the most performance out of your phone when playing games such as PUBG or War Robots, which take a lot of juice out of your phone if you're not directly plugged into a power outlet. So thankfully, I'm literally sitting outside of Starbucks. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, still dark as shit in winter time. But I couldn't sleep last night, so because I was like doing so good, because I got 13 kills on a duo match with a pistol and a shotgun, and I came in like 3rd place or some shit like that. But me and my partner, we stayed alive, and I was just kicking ass. I wasn't recording. But why I'm making this particular video is to give you an update about how good I'm getting with the better phone, with the more amount of practice that I'm able to get, even though I'm using a fucking Starbucks Wi-Fi versus a really good connection like what my boss has on his Spectrum Mobile. The old military phrase, improvise, adapt, and overcome, really is applying here, because I'm doing that. I'm really doing really good especially with the better phone, the faster frame rates, the better CPU, the more RAM, just the better phone in general, along with the fact that I can stay plugged in and be powered and use, you know, a better set of fucking gaming headsets to get better sounding and whatnot versus my old my shuffle earbuds and whatnot. Let me just show you my notes. So again, okay, so this is easy. I'm using ADV screen recorder to make this video. I'm using the max settings possible. I play Magic the Gathering and War Robots, but I don't use the Gamesir X2 controller, which is wrapped around my controller right now, or my phone right now. I just use it for PUBG Mobile. But my notes here, I took these ones. Yesterday, since it's the 3rd, right? Yeah, today's the 3rd. I took these ones. So PUBG Mobile notes, and I literally take notes. Like I went back to my tent and I was like, damn, I didn't take these notes, and I don't want to whip out my whole fucking notebook, which I take handwritten notes in my notebook, which I keep in my backpack, but even that's a process to get out. So I was like, you know what, it's just faster to turn on this phone. And before I went to sleep, I just like took down these notes, and they've really made an impact on my gameplay, which is part of the reason why I'm making this video. So forgive me if it's a little long, but I'm gonna share my updated settings for anyone that happens to be using a Gamesir X2 and wants to get the most value out of it while playing PUBG Mobile or some other PUBG or Battle Royale game. Hopefully it relates, but this is specifically for PUBG Mobile. Iron sights and 6 times ADS, which is the first setting above the second setting, since you have 2 settings that you could do if you allow it. You have a setting for when you're looking around, if you're aiming, like holding L2 to aim down sights, right? You're aiming down sights, and whether or not you got a red dot, a 2 times, a 4 times, you know, all the way to 6 or 8 times, you have sensitivity settings control for when you're looking around while aiming down the sight like that, looking through the scope, and then also a whole different set of settings for when you're actually when you're firing and swiping at the same time. But this setup is specifically for Gamesir X2 users. So I noticed that my last one from January 12th got over 100 views. So I kind of want to emphasize on this particular Gamesir controller usage with this game, since it's still a big game, even though it's a fucking mobile game. So I took notes saying iron sights and 6 times ADS without firing down 2 notches, and then FPP character down 1 notch. So I'll explain that when I get to it. And then I also wanted to switch around my reload button to X, open doors to X, since I had it switched to R1. That wasn't really working out for me because things were kind of moved around, but I I'm just getting better. I'm just making some improvements, and I'll share them once I get to that screen. So I'll have to go to the training grounds and show you guys exactly what I mean. And I think I might even do a whole game during this same video right after. So if you watch all the way through, thank you, but I'll get to it all. Open dead body, like the box that you see on the floor after you kill someone, to R1, and then open things on the ground, because when you walk over something that you may or may not need, that button was fucking conflicting when I had it set to X2 or X as well, as what I mean, because let's just say I wanted to get the dead body and not the shit that's on the ground that's right next to it. You know, if I have it on the same button, sometimes I'd have to like very carefully spend a moment trying to fucking tap that button to open up specifically that window, or scroll through that little window dialog box to pick up that thing that I wanted. That thing would be in the way, so I kind of moved things around, and I'm going to get to that in this video, so hopefully it's not too long. But yeah, no, I'll continue all the way through, fuck it, and then heal allies to X, because just like, you know, you're not opening up a door when you're going to a downed ally. I remember X button being the button as a main action use button to open doors, enter a car, things like that, but I'll just go ahead and get to that once I get to the training grounds. If it's really loud, it's because the street's right behind me and I'm outside. So that's all of the notes that I took yesterday, and let me get back to PUBG. So I'm going to start the game. Just tap on it. Since I got the teal light on the Gamesir controller, I'm plugged in. I should be at 100%. Yep. So I'm staying at 100%. Even though I'm recording, it's because I got this big ass 50,000 milliamp hour charging battery bank, which is awesome. I charge it right here at Starbucks when I'm inside, and then I use it. So that's it says 92%. So it might read backwards. I don't know. Forgive me if that is. I will turn it up so that way you can hear me and the gameplay sounds. It might sound bad because for some reason when I got this phone, the sound speaker was kind of shitty. The sound is kind of shitty. So if I have it too loud, maybe you might not hear me, especially with all the environmental noise that's occurring. Also, this video footage thing might fucking move around, so I'm gonna have to find a place for that so it's not in the way. And I'm not sure how to do that. Maybe during my gameplay, I'll just go ahead and cancel out the video to make it easier for everyone. Okay, so training grounds. And I remember, like, within every fucking 2 to 5 minutes, I always say this, because if you're doing things like this is to help the Gamesir X2 controller users using whatever you're doing. Great, I don't have to redo anything. So R1 and L1 up there. I'll just go ahead and say pause the screen when I'm on the customized button settings and when I open up the Gamesir menu. Damn, that's loud. Alright, so okay, one tip right quick is if you have a long range weapon like your sniper or your single aim fire weapon, put that on the left side slot like how I have it, and your fucking run and gun fucking blaster gun on the right hand side. I'm sorry, snipers to the left, blasting gun to the right. And if you got a pistol, I would prefer the Scorpion. Do that. What the fuck is that? Well, that's the torch that they added this past update. Usually I have a Scorpion, but yeah. So blast on this guy, and your sniper to the left. So I'm gonna open up my customized button settings, and the vehicle one also had to be adjusted too, so I'll get to that in a moment. I'll put this in the middle of the screen for now. That's gonna be annoying, especially if I want to play. Yeah, okay, so this is kind of hard for me to share how I have it set up, but it would be best explained if you pause after I show the Gamesir menu, so that way you can see where the buttons are in relation to how I have things set up on the screen. So I'm going to do that right now. Pause. Quickly, I want to share an adjustment that I'm going to save. Or I'm not going to save. I'll do it later. Because obviously if I fuck things up or try and change things right now, it might impact my gameplay when I actually get into the game after this particular tutorial. This right. The right, your right thumbstick to look around. I was at 10. I went down for the x-axis sensitivity to 9. And I bumped it up from 6 on the y-axis, the vertical, to 7. I left everything else the same. Other than that, so I'm at 9 and 7 right now, because what I really wanted to do was look around left and right really quick when I'm navigating a building going up and down the stairs or something. But I also didn't want to be too quick to the point where my cursor would be over if I wanted to hip fire an enemy without having to ADS or aim down sight. So as you can see, my X and Y buttons are separated because, like I said, opening up a menu to get something that's on the ground was conflicting with the things that were right next to a dead body box. Like when you kill someone and their loot box is there, it was conflicting with that because, like, I don't know, it was just fucking annoying. So I had to separate it. I originally had the Y button ones, or the loot box, to R1 to make it easier, but that was kind of weird to me and I didn't want to adjust to that. So I kind of like went back to X and Y to kind of keep that separate, and chose, or I think I did make it R1. I don't know. I'm adapting, but still everything's up for change. But like I said, pause if you wanted to get a good idea about how I have things set up with the customized button settings and this, you know, or like, and this, which is the Gamesir mapping edit that you get with the Gamesir app itself. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and don't save since I don't want to fuck anything up. Again, I gotta go back. Whoop. Exit. Move around. Right. Okay. And then go back in here. I'm gonna do the vehicles. Customize button settings to go to vehicles. This changed too because when I move things around, obviously you got to come over here to the vehicle section, because if you don't move things around, you're not going to get the same functionality that you normally would expect when operating a vehicle, unless you do make those changes to adjust. So obviously my horn had to go to R1. I had to move that over there. My braking had to go down there to A because it was right next to my eye where I look around. I use my thumb on that eyeball thing right there to look around. And it's just different. Obviously you're gonna find through time and obviously trial and error and just experience and playing that you're gonna need to move things around in order to get the best functionality for your use or for the way that you play. And I play first person perspective mode in third person perspective lobbies with no aim assist, so this thing really helps out a lot. Even though it's an old controller from 2021, this is a 2021 Gamesir X2 controller, the USB Type-C non-Bluetooth version, because I want to use Bluetooth headphones for my sounds when I play. And using the ADV screen recorder app, I had to adjust the internal audio to microphone only, so that way you can hear me talk while I explain this particular tutorial. So this is probably going to be a longer video, especially since I'm intending on playing a game right after this. But I'm going to fucking continue with it all the way, and just keep these two videos and upload them after I'm done with breakfast. So this is vehicle settings. I don't exactly know how to explain that, but if you just pause, you can take a look at everything and take a moment to see how you might want to adjust it. Also would help if you took a screenshot, if that helps too, either on a whole separate device and then adjust it the way that you want it. This is me sharing my controls, so that way other people have the same effective gameplay if they happen to have a Gamesir X2 controller and want to use that for use with PUBG Mobile. So let me get out of this and then go down to my sensitivity settings. I got to move that out the way now. And this is what I'm talking about right here. This first section, this camera sensitivity, is when you're aiming down sight, or the hip fire is FPP no scope, or TPP third person perspective no scope for hip fire. I don't fuck with the third person perspective not toggle at all. This guy right here, no, you can't see that. The TPP no scope sliding scale is at 100%. I just don't mess with it because I'm only focused on first person perspective, since that's my style of gameplay. But again, pause right here and go down and pause right here too. Oh, there's the switch, the enable disable. Enable allows you to switch the sensitivity settings, and they're essentially the same, but when I'm firing, I kind of want it to be a little slower or a little faster, since I want more steady aim. Since the targets that I'm moving are typically not moving, or if they are, I don't know, I just want them to be separate. the more sensitivity controls you have, the better you can tailor your gameplay. And pause right here down too if you want, and take a screenshot so that way you can see what you need to adjust yours at your FPP character. I went from like 60 to 40 down to 29. I'm at 29% right now, and I don't want to change anything right now since I don't want to mess up my particular gameplay. And last but not least, here's these things. And the advanced controls. All right, pause and pause and pause. So, I have to play without headphones this next match, because I have the setting to microphone, not internal audio. So I don't want to make the mistake of turning on my Bluetooth headset, which is normally how I would play, and try and use that, because it would mess up the video entirely. So the one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off this little video camera thing and jump into a match. Yeah. So I got, like I said, I play first person perspective. I got the R1 L1 thing to make it a quick ass fix, which that might be changed to the side button thing, or the side scope, like the I forgot what the hell it's called. Well, I don't play like that. Sometimes I do it for when I'm like wanting to get accurate driving, if I'm playing with the whole squad. But yeah. And that's why alright. That's why I would want to change one thing. So I will change one thing here. This. I said 9.7, now I'm going back down to 9.6. Okay. Hit the cog wheel, hit this button, say save, save. Regardless of my video recording, this is going to save to the Gamesir app. Totally unrelated to totally unrelated to the freaking sensitivity settings or customized settings that you have within the PUBG app itself. But like I said, like I'm wanting to focus my content on anyone that's using a Gamesir X2 controller and wants advice or tips or a way to freaking navigate the game using the controller. So, with that being said, I'm going to jump into a match. And I'm going to have to take off the video thing right here, because I just don't want that to interfere with anything that I do in the game. Yeah, this big ass thing has nowhere to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and start that match and get rid of the camera. I'm still recording, and I'm also going to turn up the game. Again, it's like 5:30 in the morning. It's something I always do. Since I don't want to die early, I'm going to go to a non-hotspot. And I might as well do another video to show what it's like without me being on I'm gonna have to do another video so that way I'm like using my Bluetooth headphones. You need to be able to hear the game. I'll just follow the team. Thankfully, he's not going to a hot spot. Kind of hard to hear where the fuck they're coming from. I really hear someone, but oh, okay. shit, son. So much loot. Oh my god. So much fucking shit happened. Alright. Well, that was fun. Oh yeah, by the way, this is a mixture of using the controller and your thumbs on the screen. That dude take the car and dip. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, right there. See, a dead body right next to someone would have fucked me up, but thankfully I was at an angle where I was able to revive him. Uh, I'm over here looking for Blue. Where's Blue at? Oh, he's already gone. Oh, he's way up there. Alright, let's go. Yep. I don't really use this freaking horse thing, so... What the fuck? Controls are different for that. Learn something new every day. Not smart to walk across an entire open field with no cover, but I managed. Skipped the gold and I went up to platinum 3, but with just this, with that much tinkering and practice and whatnot and spending time on Wi-Fi, I'm surprised I did so good even after all that shit for a whole hour video. And no Bluetooth headphones. And it's 6 o'clock in the morning, I can go get breakfast now. Pretty good. I'll do one more video, but with my headphones. It's pretty good. So the thing is, you won't be able to hear me yet when I put on the Bluetooth headphones, but that's okay. All you need to hear is the game.